definitely feeling like a hurricane is sitting right off the coast of North Carolina.
It doesn't get much closer to disaster. 200 miles offshore and Hurricane Erin is already ripping at the Outer Banks. Evacuations, the only highway closed, homes at the edge of destruction, an island economy strangled before the season ends. We won't take the full Category 5 punch, but this is bad enough. And out here, bad enough is often all it takes.
You have to remember, these houses were not built there, exposed in the surf zone. They used to sit inland just like a home that you see here in the distance. Dry, safe. But over the last 40 years, this constant pounding of erosion from storms, from nor'easters, from hurricanes has left these homes exposed. They're going to collapse at some point. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe this winter, who knows? But they will eventually succumb to an ocean like this. And then you look around and you see the houses that are going to be next, that are going to be isolated just like these. This home that I've been using for shelter, that greenhouse there, all up and down the coast you look and you see this constant wave action that's eroding these dunes, that's going to get closer and closer to exposing these other homes. And it's just going to be a process that's going to continue and continue further and further inland as this island changes, just like it has throughout its entire history. This is a barrier island. It is always going to shift sands and change, and that is what we're seeing, but we're seeing it within lifetimes, not within centuries, but within decades. And what you're looking at will, at some point in the near future, look completely different because of the force of what you're seeing out there.
Rodanthe is disappearing. 10 to 15 feet of coastline gone every year. A decade of that, and you see how much the ocean has already stolen. In just 5 years, 11 homes have been ripped off their foundations and fed to the sea. Half of them in the last year alone. And here's the kicker. Not one of them has fallen to a hurricane. Yet.
That second house over there?
Yeah.
There was a house next to it, and the last time we got long swell, the house right next to it fell into it. So if you can get over there without dying, you can see there's a big chunk out of the house that's where the other house fell.
If you've ever lived through a hurricane, you know once the wind dies down, the power stays out. That's why I'm working with Jackery this hurricane season and highlighting the Home Power 3000. With a 3,072 watt battery and 3,600 watts of output, this thing isn't just for charging phones and flashlights. It can run real appliances and keep your food fresh. You get 5 AC outlets, 4 standard 20 amp and 1 30 amp heavy duty plug with a total output of 3,600 watts and up to 7,200 watts of surge power for things like fridge compressors or AC units kicking on. Add in a dual 100-watt USB-C ports, a USB-A quick charge, and a 12-volt car port, and you can power everything.
For most people, this unit packs up to 2 days of full kitchen power. For instance, you can keep your fridge running and food cool. But for me, I actually don't keep a lot of perishables around with a hurricane coming, but I do need a good night's sleep, and that means running a portable AC unit. It's quiet, there are no fumes, and when the sun comes up, I recharge it with solar panels. I'm using the Jackery Solar Generator 500X kit. It comes with 6 85-watt Solar Saga panels that are designed to specifically work with the Home Power 3000. And I don't have to rely on finding gas when everyone else is desperate. Whether you need to save food or just your sanity, the Home Power 3000 is something I consider an essential home backup. So don't wait until there's a storm already on the way. I have a link in the description so you can check it out, get prepared, and sleep better knowing you're ready.
The last house that collapsed used to sit right where I'm standing, and it smacked into the side of this house, and you can see one of the support beams was dislodged as well. So again, that's why it's just a matter of time and why this building is already listing, because it was impacted by the last one that collapsed here. And again, it's not just the wave action crashing in, of course, which is just an incredible force, but also when the water goes back out into the ocean, it just scours away undermining the entire structure as well. These homes aren't being torn down by the homeowners because those people are stubborn. It goes a lot deeper than that. If the owners demolish them, they risk losing their insurance payout. By waiting for the ocean to finish the job, they can claim a total loss. And until the house actually collapses, the local officials can't legally force demolition. So what that leaves is the waves to do all the dirty work.
And even just like the little things, you know, like you're walking down the beach and there's glass and shingles and nails. Like I walked down the beach in December last year after some houses fell in the fall, and I picked up like 30 screws in a quarter mile, and like they're all stainless screws. They're not going anywhere for a few years. And it's like, unless you came out here and sifted through every grain of sand, you could never pick all that stuff up. So it's really kind of a shame.
It's not just beach houses falling into the sea. The state is fighting a losing battle to keep Highway 12, the only road in and out of the Outer Banks, above water. Heavy equipment piles sand like a wall before every storm, but one good wave and hours of work vanishes in minutes. And it's not just the repair bill. Tourism is the lifeblood here. When Highway 12 shuts down, so does the island. Shops, rentals, restaurants cut off. Each day the road is closed bleeds away at least $500,000 or more, depending on what time of year. That's the real cost of living on borrowed land.
Because everybody left, and you know, our business is like tourist driven, so depending on when they open the road kind of depends on when I get to start making some money again. So that's kind of my main concern.
There are no cheap fixes. Beach renourishment burns through tens of millions of dollars, and one storm can erase it in an afternoon. Some houses get hauled back at huge expense, but there aren't many lots left to run to.
You said you had a place literally that used to sit right here?
It was down this road here, and they moved it back in 1996.
So where we're looking, that was a road?
Oh yeah, there was a road that went down this way. We're gonna stick to this one here a little bit. Hope it works out. All right.
Yikes.
Good wave. Yeah.
I mean, at what point do you say it's enough is enough, though?
I don't know. You know, I mean, human nature is to want to try and, you know, we love the beach and people love the beach. The only way we could afford our house is by renting it, and we get to use it when it's not being rented. So, hope that everything works out, you know, and try the best that you can, you know.
Erin isn't coming ashore, but its sheer size means surge and pounding surf. no one can say when Highway 12 might reopen. For locals, that means another hit to business. But for some, that's also its own payoff.
The worst thing that's going to happen is some road closure, maybe some power outage, lose some self-service. But, you know, I came out here to do that anyway, so I'm okay.
Yeah, that's why you're here on the Outer Banks.
That's right.